Okay, so I want to do a quick, not so much of a rant, but kind of like a discussion on, um, based on the show that I saw, Beyond Scared Straight with extreme teenagers and stuff. Um, there was a few people out there who basically are in there just because they disrespect their mamas, knowing damn well they won't be able to last in prison if all they do is disrespect their mamas. Like, a lot of prisoners really hate that, and they're gonna freaking beat the living snot out of you and make you their bitch. Keeping it real, 100. Uh, mm, I love my mom. We have our ups and our downs. I left her house for like 8 months, maybe. I guess technically ran away, but in my mind, she kicked me out. Technically, I was kicked out, but I mean, it wasn't because of her. It was because of my stepdad, and in a way, I disrespected my mom. She's not the type of person that would pay so much money to send me into a program that would send me to a prison where people would basically scare me into respecting her and scare the crap. No, she's the type that she's like, I know I raised my child right. I know that if she was out there doing a bunch of stupid stuff, it's gonna come back to me anyway. I'm gonna kick her ass. I've grown up with butt whippings, punishments, electronics being taken, shitty environments around shitty people. Sometimes I thought my mom was really out to get me, and she wasn't. Because I look at all these kids, and some of my friends actually need to get put on Beyond Scared Straight because they weren't risen with ass whippings and punishments and stuff. I won't name them off, but I have quite a few friends, quite a handful, that would really, really need to get sent to that program. Anyone who blatantly disrespects their parents and thinks that it's okay normally loses respect for me, or I just feel straight up bad for them. Like, that's the only person you have aside from your father. The rest of your family doesn't even have to be there for you. Your parents are there to the end, and the moment you disrespect them is the moment you lose everything. You leave them, you cut them out your family, you cut them out your life, you're gone. You don't have anybody for you. You don't have anybody to help you. I don't care how much your boyfriend or your girlfriend say they have your backs to the end, or your best friends are like, yeah, that's forever. It's all gonna come to an end. Family is forever. I don't care if you're married and you think you're gonna be married for a long time, maybe forever. No, that's just gonna last maybe about 60 years and you're gonna be tired of that motherfucker. Okay? So, y'all need to respect your parents because they're all you have. I was in a house. This lady wasn't even my aunt, she was just a friend of my dad's. And she turned out to be highly abusive when she gets angry. She has bad anger issues. And my dad didn't even know until I told him about it after I left her house. And for some reason, he still decided to be her friend until like, his girlfriend came up to the what I'm saying is, you guys need to respect your parents because they're all you have. Your grandma's not going to be there forever. Sometimes your grandma could be a real shitbag, like mine. Or your grandma's going to pass away, like my nana. And the closest thing I have to my nana is my mama. And I love my mama to death. I will not disrespect her for the world. And every time I do disrespect her, I go back and apologize for it. I learn my lesson. But some of you niggas don't learn shit. You guys don't learn shit. And you guys need mega help. Because I feel so sorry for you guys. You guys are going to be out on the street one day. And you're going to get mugged or arrested. And you're going to want to call your mama up or your daddy to come bail you out. And they're going to be like, no, bitch, remember that time you left me? Remember that time that you disrespected me and you ain't feel bad about it? Remember that time you laid your hand on me? Bitch, you can learn your lesson in jail. Click. And you ain't gonna have nobody to bail you out. And all them motherfuckers in that jail are gonna make you that bitch. I don't care if you hotwire cars. I don't care if you do drugs, cocaine, marijuana. You ain't badass. You ain't badass. And all those people in that prison are gonna tear you from limb to limb. I know I'm never gonna go into prison. Ever. I was raised right. The right way. Technology wasn't in my life until my teenager years. Even when I was 10 years old, the first phone I had was like this little oval looking phone that was really shitty, and it was a Motorola phone, and I never got minutes to text anyone on it. I didn't even have any minutes to call my dad when I needed him. So everybody out here that's always like, I don't need my mama or my daddy, I got my phone, I got a job, I can do this, I can do that. You can't do nothing. If you out there in the streets like, oh, I can sell weed for money, I can sell crack for money, I can sell cocaine for money. No, you can't. You will get caught, you will get sent to jail, and your parents aren't going to want to bail you out because you will be an embarrassment to them. Even though they will still love you, you're an embarrassment to them. And sometimes, if your parents are anything like my parents, they will let you sit in prison if you ever get sent there. Because, nigga, you should have known better. They raised you right. I know your parents tried to raise you as best as they can, and you rebelled against them. And if any of you, or any of the people I'm talking about, you guys need to go to your parents, apologize to them, give them some love, hug them. Because if you're ever on Beyond Scared Straight, you will never, ever want to do the things that you do now. Some of the kids that get on there, they don't learn their lesson. They're like, oh, I'm still a blood, I'm still a crip, I'm still going to go out there and do me. And they're going to end up in prison crying, bawling their eyes out because they were sent there to give it a taste of what prison is like, and they did not choose to change. So 9 out of 10 chances, their parents are going to be like, well, they have to bump their head in order to learn their lesson. I feel so sorry for half of you people out there in the street selling drugs, doing drugs, snorting shit. Granted, smoking weed ain't that bad. But you can still get in trouble for it. And even though some of your parents are cool with it, be like, oh, as long as you smoke with me, then that's cool. You should probably tone it down a bit. You can still get in trouble. I was out there in the streets for a while, went into custody with my boyfriend at the time, who is now my ex, and I hate his guts. But love his parents to death. They're little angels, and their dogs are so cute, like, so cute. But I lived with him for about a month, and I could not stand it. He shoplifted. He did drugs. I mean, hardcore drugs. He had anger issues. He was manipulating and too fucking clingy. So if you girls are out there living with your boyfriend just because you don't want to live under your parents' rules, you need to go back to your home, missy. You need to go back to that home, and you need to go love up your parents because they probably feel like they did something wrong, and they did everything in the world that was right to raise you as a civilized human being. And you're out there living with your fucking boyfriend, probably pregnant, because all you want to do is have sex. And your parents told you no, not until they know good and well that you're ready. I digress. I digress. My point being is, you need to love your parents, respect your parents. Don't disrespect them. Don't make them feel like they did anything wrong because they tried their best to put a roof over your head. They put food on the table for you. If your mama is anything like my mama, she's working her ass off to pay all the bills. Every bill is in her name. She's paying off a car so that she can help you get back and forth to different places. Even though I prefer to walk because walking is good exercise. But she's doing everything she can. She's putting food on the table for your little siblings, if you have any, because I have little siblings, and she works her ass off to do everything. Her boyfriend doesn't do much of anything. Feeds off of her money. I just, if you can, go back to your parents. Say you're sorry. Tell them you love them. Hug them. Kiss them. Make them feel like they did the right thing because they did. That's all I'm saying. So, and that's all I gotta say.